Hi, Karen from Tenkara. A lot of people break tips, and they're not breaking tips when they're on fish. They're breaking tips when they're collapsing or setting up their Tenkara rod. So I'm going to show you how to do it to avoid that mishap. When you open or set up your Tenkara rod, don't open the entire rod and then attach the line. You want to tuck it under your arm next to your body, kind of like you'd be holding a football. That's the way I like to do it. And then I put my pointer finger and my thumb over the top of the rod and slowly tip it. Give it a little shake and the lilian cord will pop out. Now I use my thumb and my index finger to just apply slight pressure as I pull that first section out. And I can feel that first joint of my tip section right here with my fingers. So I get that tactile feedback. Then my rod will stay open. I prefer putting it between my knees, but you can tuck it into a waistband or a belt or your waist pack or something like that if you're wearing a pack. But that gives you two hands to then work and set up the rod, which is why I like using my knees. Now when it comes to collapsing the rod, this is where we have a lot of people that get into trouble. A lot of times they're rushing the process or they're not paying attention and they're distracted. So when I open my rod, I'll continue that process. I'm sliding my fingers so I can feel those joints. And I'm not tugging on it. I'm just slowly pulling it out section by section and making sure those pieces are snug. Now if you have a zoom rod, these pieces down here can stay collapsed so that you can fish the rod in a shorter position. But if you do want to extend your zoom, all you're doing is giving it a little twist and pull. To close those zoom sections, I'm pushing them together, pushing and twisting. So it's a twist and pull to open, and it's a push and twist to close. All right. When my rod is open and I'm done fishing for the day or I'm taking a break, then I want to collapse the rod. Now I'm going to collapse it in the opposite way that I opened it, which was from the tip section down to the handle. When I collapse the rod, I'm working from the handle end out to the tip. And why I'm doing that is to allow each of those rod sections to nest themselves into the handle, and then the smaller section to fit down into the middle or the inside of the larger section, and that happens over and over again. So I'm going to just give a little, I can give it a little push if it's a little snugger, but I'm just going to apply some pressure. Now when I get to this top section where these pieces are more fragile, more delicate, thinner, then I want to take a little extra care when collapsing them. I tend to tuck it under my arm again, holding it up to my body, and I use my fingers again. I also like to put my fingers just above and just below that joint, okay? So I'm going to do a little twist and push, and then I can run my fingers up and feel that last section on the tip section, which is the most delicate. And again, I'm putting my index finger and thumb just below that joint section, and with my other hand, I'm taking my thumb, my precision grasp, thumb, pointer finger, and my middle finger, bracing it and just giving it a little twist and push. And that allows me to put that tip section all the way in so that I don't have to worry about breaking it. What you want to avoid when you're collapsing the rod is taking the rod with it still partially extended and holding that tip section and trying to collapse it from here. That's where people are running into problems. So hold just below, just above the joint, give it a little push and twist, just below, just above, and then everything gets tucked away. If you have a section that is maybe stuck because you've been fishing really hard and really gotten into some big lunkers during the day, you can also set your rod on a hard surface and holding just above that joint or just above the tip of the rod, you can give it a little pop, and a lot of times that will loosen a tightened joint. But again, you don't want to hold it from the top. You want to hold it just above the rod tip opening. Let me show you that one more time. So I'm not holding it up here, I'm holding it down here and giving it a little pop. All right, I hope that helps you avoid those unnecessary breaks when putting your Tenkara rod away. Remember, take your time, don't rush, be particularly careful with those last tip sections. All right, have a great day. Thank you so much.